Berengay again coming short. As Berengay comes short, Klein generally takes off.
Yep, here he goes again.
It's like a trigger mechanism. Berengay again, little touch back.
Well, I guess if a player like Florian Berengay is saying, I'm coming in the midfield to get the ball, you're not going to argue with him, are you? Such quality, finesse.
Ingrid. Here's Berengay arrived on a free transfer from Sochaux to Melbourne City back in 2018. Ability, is he fouled? No, says the referee. Brantman with Moragas. Moragas in and out, Brantman. Moragas goes again, it's well played. Moragas, can he find an option? He can with Aluqual. Now Brantman. It might yet fall to Aluqual. Brantman again involved. A little foul from the youngster on the veteran, Jack Ingett.
Well, it's great play from Moragas and Brantman down that left-hand side. Moragas had no right to get that ball back. There was blue shirts all around him. His persistence, straight through three blue shirts. Good cutback as well. Finds Qual. And then a foul on Jack Ingett. Eases the pressure for Brisbane Roar.
Well, 38 minutes in, this match has been the tale of goals, but also the reaction to goals, because the Mariners went ahead very early through De Lima, then it was all Brisbane until they scored. And then once Brisbane had the equaliser, the Mariners have gone back on the attack. Between time, a couple of good saves as well from Parage, Cullen and Acton at each end. The pressure. It was Berengay putting the pressure on Parage, Cullen. And Sam Klein, scorer of the equaliser for Brisbane. Abubakar, who he's been able to turn, and he gets there. Well, perhaps he was going to get a corner, but he's just poked it wide.
Well, as he turned, I thought that he was just held back a little, probably just enough. The referee allowed play to go on. Didn't see enough in it for a foul, but it was touch and go for a brief moment there. Nice turn.
Less playing out from the back in recent weeks in the A-League as well. It's another long one from Parage, Cullen there. Jelicic, he does have good feet. Very elegant footballer, Keegan Jelicic. And as you mentioned in the pre-game, probably needs a little bit more final product. Just 2 goals and 3 assists from Brisbane playmaker this season. Both New Zealand and Australian youth international. You're right, good pass for Abubakar, who turns well. Abubakar still with O'Shea. Burt Gilroy. Jelicic again taking on Harrington. Berengay. Oh, he's got it back. Berenguer into the area now. A little flick for Abubakar, might yet fall for a Brisbane Roar player. Eventually cleared.
Well, it was Mikael Docker. Tried to be a little cheeky and pull off the nutmeg to get out in the deep in the corner. Almost punished.
Abubakar trying to turn Nathan Paul in the box.
Here's another look. Mikael Docker just trying to be a little cheeky in a dangerous area. Almost. And we go back to about 2 minutes before when we saw Abubakar turn in that position, almost identical position. Little tug of his shirt, nothing doing. The other way, the defender gets the foul.
There for a long time. Back to his feet and back into the contest.
Give you everything.
Just see there the Mariners. Of Audrey Griffin. Life was violence against women, which continues. Free kick. As he continues. The shadow of Jamie McLaren stands rather tall still at Amy Park. Forward with Jelicic.
Did well to just use his body, draw the foul. I just saw the Mariners coaching staff wondering if there'll be a change at half-time. We've seen something that they need to fix.
with Billity. Through Zadkovic here. Bellowing instructions with his players. Here's O'Shea. Berengay again coming short. As Berengay comes short, Klein generally takes off.
Yep, here he goes again.
It's like a trigger mechanism. Berengay again, little touch back.
Well, I guess if the player like Florian Berengay is saying, I'm coming into midfield to get the ball, you're not going to argue with him, are you? Such quality, finesse.
Ingrid. Here's Berengay, arrived on a free transfer from Sochaux to Melbourne City back in 2018. Ability, is he fouled? No, says the referee. Bradman with Moragas. Moragas in and out, Bradman. Moragas goes again, it's well played. Moragas, can he find an option? He can with Aluqual. Now Bradman. It might yet fall to Aluqual. Bradman again involved. A little foul from the youngster on the veteran, Jack Ingett.
Well, it's great play from Moragas and Brantman down that left-hand side. Moragas had no right to get that ball back. There was blue shirts all around him. His persistence, straight through three blue shirts. Good cutback as well. Finds Qual. And then the foul on Jack Ingett. Eases the pressure for Brisbane Roar.
38 minutes in, this match has been, as I guess football matches often are, the tale of goals, but also the reaction to goals, because the Mariners went ahead very early through De Lima, then it was all Brisbane until they scored. And then once Brisbane had the equaliser, the Mariners have gone back on the attack. In between time, a couple of good saves as well from Parage, Cullen and Acton at each end. Under pressure. It was Berengay putting the pressure on Parage, Cullen. And Sam Klein, scorer of the equaliser for Brisbane. Abubakar, who he's been able to turn, and he gets there. Thought perhaps he was going to get a corner, but he's just poked it wide.
Well, as he turned, I thought that he was just held back a little, probably just enough. The referee allowed play to go on. Didn't see enough in it for a foul, but it was touch and go for a brief moment there. Nice turn.
Less playing out from the back in recent weeks in the A-League as well. It's another long one from Parage, Cullen there. Jelicic, he does have good feet. Very elegant footballer, Keegan Jelicic. And as you mentioned in the pre-game, probably needs a little bit more final product. Just 2 goals and 3 assists from Brisbane playmaker this season. Both New Zealand and Australian youth international. You're right, good pass for Abubakar, who turns well. Abubakar still with O'Shea. Burke Gilroy. Jelicic again taking on Harrington. Berenguer. Oh, he's got it back. Berenguer into the area now. A little flick for Abubakar. Might yet fall for a Brisbane Roar player. Eventually cleared.
Well, it was Mikael Docker. Tried to be a little cheeky and pull off the nutmeg to get out in the deep in the corner. Almost punished.
Abubakar trying to turn Nathan Paul in the box.
Here's another look. Mikael Docker just trying to be a little cheeky in a dangerous area. Brisbane coming out with the ball and almost punishing him.
This is unbelievable here from the 20-year-old. She was training with in the training hall, didn't we?
Yeah. And the French talents been yeah, I'm with you. So we've got him on the bench here as they turn around. This is the case when two players from the same country go head-to-head, and coaches in place, and it's commonplace.
8-4.
Liking the serves here from Odo. She looks like she's going to play the shovel serve, but ends up just playing a more classic pendulum style.
It's been the foundation of these fantastic performances from Odo. Variation and quality on serve, giving her the opportunity to put these attacks into play. Just carrying on where she's left off at the moment from the week. Game points, 6 of them. And again.
11-4.
Biggest final of her career, first final at this level, and just, it's like she's played a whole clutch of them, the way she started there, Satsuki Odo. Takes the opener at a canter in the end.
For the full effect.
6.
Yeah, Odo more compact with that kill. And her technique.
His backhand is crazy good here. Nice serve as well to set it up. She knows Miwa's not going to push that racket speed.
9.
Committed everything, put all the chips down.
But the ace draw on the trump card. Look at that. Left the door open and burgled. How on
Such an effective swipe as well, friends. From Odo. Look at that.
You know what she apologised for? That it clipped the top edge of the racket, perhaps?
Another one saved.
10.
The service here as well. And that service has served us so well. Here we go. Is it going to be? No. And the most gorgeous contact there to take game 2 eventually. In game 2 of the final, 11-9.
Satsuki Odo was switched. After she switches, Miwa Haramoto will most likely then backhand.
8-all, please.
There's that pivot, keen to take the forehand big and bold.
You can't build a house on sand, and the service by her standards was poor. Allowed.
10-8.
Comes ever so well here, Harimoto. Trailed 7-3.
10-9.
It's going to be another game separated by a margin of 2 points.
11-9.
Again, same again
Game
for the third seed.
Harimoto.
Losing the opener, she's taken the next two here.
From mid-distance there, calibrating that shot very, very well.
You were making a point watching in the training hall earlier, I think, just how she's happy to go into those trades in the hall.
Yeah, I mean, that one was taken early, but sometimes she lets the...
Eight, 6. Seven, 9.
I thought she needed that because Harimoto is threatening there to wipe out again. You're talking about a 4-point lead, 7-3 in the previous game for Odo. And 2 in front again.
She's adjusting her service position so that she won't get caught out wide forehand as easy. That's a clever bit of play from the comprehensive Miwa Haramoto.
Well, mentioned the deficit that Harimoto overturned in game 3. She's been behind for most of game 4 as well. She's showing as a 16-year-old here these kind of gritty qualities as well she possesses to turn games around. Talked about that mature head on the very young shoulders. Backhand side, starring here under the Infinity Arena lights.
Slinging it. It's so good from Odo.
She's first to game point this time. This final really threatening to catch fire.
10-all.
But again, a bit of a poor service from Odo. I mean, look, it's not that obviously long. Someone who's an intermediate player wouldn't be able to sense that that's attackable. Says game point, Miwa Haramoto.
Oh, now the outside of the table there. They're putting on a show here, aren't they? For this Montpellier crowd, for the worldwide audience. These two Japanese starlets. Shot making here of the highest quality.
So clever, that dainty little dink there from Odo. That retouch. That was clutch. She saves a game point.
My, oh my.
12-11.
I mean, what we're seeing defensively here from Satsuki Odo is something that I didn't know she had in the locker.
It's not just defence, though, is it, Fraser? I mean, it's much more than that.
Playing attackingly as can be from such a defensive position.
Second game point. Mayo misses out with the receive, and that will be that for game 4. Parimoto had the game point. Odo able to take her second one.
Two, 7.
Yellow card,
Yellow card now for time wasting.
7.
Given to Harimoto.
I think she's just saying, I'm just waiting for the noise to quieten down. So Raquel.
And Jacob Brazet both coming on. Alu Kwol and Asuma Abubakar, the two number 9s making way. We'll see if Duarte heads straight into that central striking role. He's a big lad who's come off the bench every appearance so far this season. This is the 10th time he's made a substitute's appearance in the league. 1 goal, a late equaliser in New Zealand. And perhaps we'll have some more late drama here for this final 45 minutes of the A-League season for these two sides. Daniel McBreen, who is it going to be? The Mariners or Brisbane that finished the season on a high, or perhaps we'll have another draw, which has been something of the anti-climax perhaps that these two clubs have served up so far this season for their fans.
Well, both teams in the first half have produced moments that could suggest that they want to take the ascendancy, but haven't been able to. At Acton, will do a couple of good saves. Rich Cullen, one where he came out quickly to Abubakar's feet. This year, take someone this match just to step up and end the season on a high.
To Parage Cullen. Back to Acton. Brisbane, who had nearly 60% of the ball in the first half. You can see their current lineup at the bottom of your screen there. Yellow card for Billity. How about that for a touch from Sam Klein, almost lifting it over Nathan Paul. Now Jelicic. Foul only just by Lucas Moragas. Referee wants to just come across and make sure there's a little less pushing between the two players. Free kick that Jay O'Shea will take charge of. Belge in the middle. Comes short. Oh, if that was the set piece, maybe this is with the Bork run. In it comes now. Great defensive header from Caltac. They will miss that. He is fantastic in the air, the big central defender, and it was Anthony Burke-Gilroy who shot wildly over from distance with the follow-up.
Well, he's said that he wants to try and explore Asia, Brian Caltac. Who can begrudge him that? So good.
Releasing Harrington. Ooh, who's referee wanted to see if there was any advantage. He'd overrun it, Harrington, and he went sliding in, and he might have hurt himself in the process in the end. As we have a look at that replay and the run from the central defender, let's head down to Tristan McManus, who might have a little update of what was said during the halftime break. Tristan.
Yeah, little tweaks from Brisbane Roar here. Abubakar had been ill for 2 or 3 days last week, so he got what he could out of him there. But he's happy to bring on Jacob Brissett, who's been on the outer. He's a bit concerned about Mariners on the transitions, which rightly so he should be. He wants them to be a bit more hungry and a bit more aggressive in the press and really break those lines a little bit more. But he thinks that Brissett could be the one to make the difference here in the second half.
Great work, Tristan, on the sidelines, getting the latest out of the Brisbane Roar dugout. Brissett has moved on to that left flank. That's where he cut inside and scored. Fantastic goal against Adelaide at Cooper's Stadium. Here's Docker. Theatrically to ground. Henry Hoare takes over. Play continues. Here is Brissett. Wants it on his right. Jay O'Shea wanted it cut back. Neither thing happened, and in the end it's just going to be a corner for Brisbane.
And that's Mikael Docker still on the ground, holding right calf / Achilles. There's another look at the challenge. Oh, there is a clip there, isn't there? But is he in control of the ball? And Brissett, plenty of yellow shirts in front of him. Jay O'Shea just behind him saying, just have a look. That's what I mentioned in the pre-game. He does get in great positions, but sometimes just seems to get his head down a little one-tracked in his thought process.
In it comes. Klein is there again. And it's a second brace of this very young A-League career. Sam Klein is laying the foundations for what could be a big future for this young midfielder. A second goal of the evening. A first headed goal this season for Brisbane Roar.
Harvey Norman replay. We talk about the delivery from Mikael Docker. Look at that for a ball. And he's attacked everything going forward tonight, Sam Klein. And he's got on in his second header of the evening. Second headed goal for the Brisbane Roar. And I believe that takes him on to 5 goals, is it? And leader in their Golden Boot race.
Exactly, he's overtaken Asuma Abubakar and Tom Waddingham. It's taken a little bit of time for Waddingham to give up. He might have been counting on receiving the Golden Boot over in the UK. And they've broken their headed goal drought in some style then this evening with Sam Klein's brace. Harrington didn't get the ball, so free kick in favour of Duarte. They're claiming Duarte was backing in.
I think it's a bit of both, really, isn't it? Duarte backing in a little. He goes up over the top. I think he was saying, I'm not sure where I was supposed to go when I'm in the air.
We do often see them given for when the second player doesn't contest the header, makes it back. Brisbane have come from behind to take the lead against the Mariners. It's just the second time they've done that this season. Docker with the free kick. Straight into the wall. Gets it back again, this time crosses. Towards De Lima. Eames scoops it back in. Harrington's in there. The shot just wide from Duarte, the substitute.
Well, it came at him quickly and he rather snatched at it. Didn't have much time. There was a lot of confusion, a lot of bodies. Ball was falling down. It just was cleared. See there, just really struck across the ball as he snatched at it.
With the header. Another one for Berengay to chase. Oh, lazy clearance, only as far as Klein. Brezet against Harrington. Brezet gets it straight back. Again, just showing too much to Harrington. Henry Hall. Free kick Brisbane's way for that foul by Harrington on Anthony Burke-Gilroy. Another chance for a set-piece goal here. It was Henry Hall's delivery from that last corner. He's standing over this free kick. Here it comes, Kaltak's header. Little nod down, Klein was lurking again, cleared by Moragas. Straight back from Burke-Gilroy, but too far. Telling his side not to press, to hold their shape. Well, good ball. McCalmont. Moragas again. Another who's out of contract at the end of the season. Great ball to the back post. De Lima perhaps jumped a little bit too early, but couldn't get any power or control for the header. Keegan Jelicic was very nearly away then. For Brisbane Roar, Nathan Paul just getting enough of a touch.
Well, you said that each goal has brought a response, Robbie. Well, Mariners now have the possession, and I'm wondering a little bit if it is Ruben saying just hold and sit in, you're giving the impetus to the opposition.
Well, here they come. Docker, De Lima, the cross. Duarte was arriving in the middle, but there really wasn't anybody in there when that cross came in. Well, it's a dangerous game when you've conceded over 50 goals this season as well. To sit back and invite the opposition. We've seen John Aloisi's Western United do it to very good effect this season. A side that can withstand pressure and not concede. Auckland as well. Cross in, not a bad one. It breaks in the box. Abilities keeping De Lima on side, so play on. Teams with Kaltak. McCalmont again. Mariners from one side to the other.
On this field,
if you're Mariners. Mariners 11. Gate. also be hoping to be a part of the World.
Jump over the top, hasn't he? Leg.
Central Coast Mariners historically have a very poor record against Brisbane. Of 62 matches, they've won just 14. Chips, 7 wins in the last 8. That was after a winless run of 20 matches going back. What's in store this weekend in the A-League men's with Melbourne City versus Sydney FC tomorrow afternoon, following the first Paramount Plus. Ability still down.
Well, that's the second minute. With the delay. Take himself top of the Brisbane Roar scorers charts for the season.
For Diesel Harrington, whereas Bailey Brantman sends that one high and wide of the mark. To line up Brisbane should they win against Perth on Sunday. Though Brisbane are preparing for another change of their own, Austin Ludwig preparing to come on. Made that a little bit more complicated perhaps. Through Klein, Mariners have switched to a flat back 4 with Paul Baron Gay. He was looking for Klein. Klein again. Jelicic. staring down a 10th defeat of the season. Back to Keegan Jelicic. And in the end, Moraga's doing just enough to win a goal kick. Of their 9 losses this season, only one of them has been by moment in the sun. We're going to see now instead of Austin Ludwig. Come on, Halloran. Another, need I say it, who's out of contract at the end of the season. So many of these players. Uncertainty. We know it's uncertain times for the club. Towards Brandman. He's got.
Just didn't seem to show that desire to want to get onto it. You see, they're just maybe misjudging the flight of the ball. Needed to make that run. More of an angled run towards the ball and goal.
He chips it in. Keeps it alive. Tricky customer. In the end, Jay O'Shea comes away with the ball. Still asking for more from his teammates. Mikael Docker. That's the level. He come through a club like Santos. Berongay. Heads to the bench. Saved by Parage Cullen. Brezet now. His wall pass. Can't find the run of Brezet.
It's not a bad strike from Henry Orr. I think it was who made the run on the inside, chose to bring it inside. Use the decoy run as a fake and get the shot away.
Coming on, and so is Miguel De Pizio. There's Brantman and De Lima, two of the youngsters. Beijao, who hasn't had the impact that you expect when you think a new Brazilian signing in the A-League. Not alone in that department this season.
It's great play there and a wonderful ball.
Just. Nathan Paul, a couple of at the start of the season. Three at the back as often as not. "32 years of age now, Ben Halloran." De Pizio. Pass just over hit for Thea Harrison. for a goal kick. Gilroy under needless pressure. Trouble, Halloran. He's done that well.
To the final 10 minutes. The hurdle ability as he fell.
renaissance in recent weeks as well. Now McCalmont into the...
You said Brisbane had been defending. The Mariners have been...
Great. Now McCalmont into the...
You said Brisbane had been defending. The Mariners have been...
Great shot in the first half. 2.5 minutes left. Four. Now McCalmont into the...
You said Brisbane had been defending. The Mariners have been...
Great. Now McCalmont into the...
You said Brisbane had been defending. The Mariners have been...
Great. now McCalmont into the...
You said Brisbane had been defending. The Mariners have been...
Great shot in the first half. 5 minutes left.